All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and face the east. Give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayash Dabadah, the house of David. All right, this is Men of Valor Las Vegas Camp coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, out here prophesying the downfall of AKA America, AKA Babylon, AKA Sodom and Gomorrah, AKA Egypt, all right, AKA Syria, AKA Rome 2.0. All right. Hey, it is this very place that the scriptures speak about this destruction. All right. This place is going down in a major way. All right, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, has no care, has no love for this place. All right, here it is. Everybody's saying, hey, a lot of these people are saying, God bless America. God has a indignation with America. All right, a righteous anger. All right, for this place. All right, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Seminole Indians, you are the children of the Bible. Right, you are the children that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has cared for and has loved for. All right, who he protects. All right, 1/3 of the nation of Israel is who he protects. 2/3 of the nation of Israel will perish and die for the disobedience that you have shown unto his name, unto his image, okay, unto his law, statutes, and commandments. All right, matter of fact, go ahead and pull Zechariah right quick. Yep. Zechariah 13:8. And it should come to pass that in all the land, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Right, so 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians will perish and die. All right, for the disobedience you have shown unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to once again to his laws, statutes, and commandments, his name, his image. All right, because you're governed by these laws. All right, hey, the laws were given unto you. Therefore, it's you who has to follow the laws to the best of your ability. Okay? And being that you're not following those laws, or you care not the testimony of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, you will be punished and judged for it. Okay? And these are the names of the tribes. No, go to Exodus. Bless you guys up. Charge. Exodus. You got Isaiah. This Exodus 1:1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher, and all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. Right. So all these are the tribes of Israel. All right. And I know some people might be saying that, but what about the tribe of Dan? Hey, we have what we need to know as far as the tribe of Dan being mingled within the other tribes. All right. So, but these are the children in the tribes of Israel. These were the only ones who the blessing was given to. The blessing was not given wasn't given to any other nation. All right. It wasn't given to the Africans. It wasn't given to the Chinese. It wasn't given to the Japanese. It wasn't given to the Hindu man. All right. It wasn't given to the Arabic man. All right. Salvation belongeth unto the nation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right. And you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. God. Either in Manasseh.
Manasseh, when it says Joseph already, it was his 2 sons
God.
that took that place for him. Right? Verse 20. Blessing, saying, Israel blessing. God will make us as Ephraim and Manasseh, and you set Ephraim before Manasseh.
Oh, you talk about where he gave the blessing to him? Yeah, that's it. I wasn't understanding. That's it.
Well, I was trying to see where to start, but yeah, that's
This Genesis 48 and 20, and he blessed them that day, saying, and these shall Israel bless, saying, the Most High make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh, and he set Ephraim before Manasseh.
So Israel, our forefather Israel, giving that blessing to Joseph, but giving the blessing unto his sons. And Ephraim and Manasseh, that's where the other two tribes come from. All right, so-called Puerto Rican, and Manasseh is so-called Cuban, right?
That blessing that was given by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, that blessing was given, hey, unto his nation, unto his people. All right, because those were the sons of Joseph. All right, because Joseph was in Egypt already, like it had said. All right, and we know what Joseph did. All right, we know how great, great Joseph, his lot was. Okay, so you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right, it is you who Yahweh Shem Yahushai cares about.
Position, high position, once for evil. So the Egyptians.
John. Hey, and it was also to learn, all right, learn how to rule. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, set Joseph up. So Israel, hey, has that so-called, you could say, experience, all right, to rule righteously. Here it was, he was in a kingdom. He was in a kingdom, right, learning the ins and outs. All right, he learned the ins and outs of how it is to run a kingdom. All right, what it is that Yahweh Shem Yahushai had blessed and given unto him. All right, giving him dreams. And allowing him to interpret those dreams, stock up for the 7 years of famine and 7 years of plenteous. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, did this all. All right, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is a perfect and just power. Okay.
So Isaiah 1 and 2 says, "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me."
Right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai has nourished and brought up children. He brought up you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, your forefathers. All right. And when he brought up your forefathers, he led them out the land of Egypt. All right. Led them from their bondage. Okay. Because it was already prophesied, hey, unto Abraham. All right. That we had to go in bondage and serve for a little time. All right. And that time that we served, that time that we served, when we came up out of that bondage, we were delivered by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, led by Yahweh Shai and the Fathership. All right. Matter of fact, somebody want to grab that for me. Exodus 27. We were taught to walk in the ways and go after the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right.
6:27 verse 20. That's not it.
I was just going to say,
What is it?
my name is in him.
We're talking about 23.
Yeah, 23. Slack.
Exodus 23 and 20 says, "Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared."
Right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai put that angel before us. All right. Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai, that angel before us, to lead us in the way to the place that he prepared. All right. For you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Seminole Indians, as he still is today. All right. Because we see through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, if you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, that, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, Yahweh has ordained Yahweh Shai to start dealing with us again. All right. That mediator, hey, is allowed to bring up the account, all right, where we're able to receive that exemption, all right, if Yahweh Shem Yahushai finds us worthy, All right, and we understand through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, 144,000 elect men first and foremost will find that exemption stone in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, we'll find that white stone. All right, hey, and 2/3 of the nation of Israel, all right, will receive that black stone. But the multitude of the 1/3, including the 144,000 elect men, hey, receive that white stone. All right, that white stone is precious to believe upon this truth. That is the only thing that you have that you can receive this blessing. All right, to be able to receive the understanding is through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai giving you exemption. All right, the exemption to receive that living water.
Timothy 2:5, just to back up brother real quick. It says, for there is one God Yahweh and one mediator between Yahweh and man, the man Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Right, so this Yahweh Shai, who is the mediator for us to the Father. Saying, easiest way said, Yahweh Shai is the lawyer saying, or lawyer or big brother saying, hey, a defense attorney saying, hey, Pops, Pops, I think, I think they had enough, but it's by your will and your way. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do. All right. But he's able to plead the case unto the judge. All right. Even though Yahweh Shai is in judge and jury because him and his father are on one accord. All right. And that's the power that was given unto him. All right. But it is all done by the Father's will. All right. What did Yahweh Shai say? He said, it's not my will that I come to do, but the will of my Father. All right.
Back in Isaiah 1 and verse 3, it says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
Right. Israel does not know nor consider. They don't consider that you can be, that precious, peculiar treasure unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That it is you that he wants. All right. And it is only 1/3 of the nation of Israel that he wants, and he doesn't want the 2/3 right now. All right. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right, is willing, to give you that chastisement, that correction, to put you down. All right. Because what is death to the Most High? Nothing. All right. It is nothing but a time period where you come to get right, get your spirit renewed, all right, and then go back and perform the Father's business. All right. 2/3 of the nation of Israel have been in a reprobate mindset. All right, have been so polluted that every time they come back, they fall into the same trap, the same wickedness. All right. Even when Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has their men out on the street, on the highways and byways, teaching and preaching, putting up daily epistles. All right, so that you may get right. You still say, I love this devil. All right, can you grab John 8:44?
John 8:44. John 8:44. Ye are your father, the devil, and the lust of the father ye will do.
Right, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians, and you speckled bird, follow after Esau, Edom, the devil. All right, he continued to be that devil. He continued to give his blessing and put his blessing forward, but you continue to follow after this man. All right, you continue to follow after this man of sin. All right, who has shown you nothing but great robbery and murder. All right, he has shown you nothing that has been beneficial to your life. He has shown you nothing that has been beneficial unto your nation. Okay, but you continue to follow for the same old trick, hook, line, and sinker. All right, and we understand it is the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that does that to you. Right, because you are undesired. All right, because you care not. You're that sottish children. Okay, that are brought up. Go ahead.
And he was a murderer from the beginning.
Right. Hey, can you grab that in Genesis? Genesis 4. He was a murderer from the beginning. All right. Who was the first murderer known to man? Okay, and brother's about to get it. Okay, I think it's 4. Yeah, go ahead and get there. You can start at 7 or 6. Sorry, start at 5. Start at 5. No, go ahead and start at 5. Yeah, start at 4.
Genesis 4:4 says, and Abel, he also bought.
Just read it all the way. I was just about to say that. Just read it all the way.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain. And I have gotten I've gotten a man from the Lord, Yahweh. And she again married brother Abel, and Abel was the keeper of sheep, but Cain was the tiller of the ground.
Hey, here it was. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua works in duality, right? All right. So, hey, as there is light, there is dark. As there is hot, there is cold. All right. As there is good, there is evil. All right. So, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to show you the similitude that he has put, hey, within his own nation. All right. And he has a similitude in everything. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground as offering unto the Lord, Yahweh. And Abel, he also brought for the firstlings of the flock and the Lord, Yahweh, has respect unto Abel as his offering.
Right, because hey, what did Abel do? All right, what did Cain do? All right, Cain brought him, he is a tiller of the ground. He brought him what he thought Yahweh Bashim Yahushua should have. All right, he didn't give him the best of his crops. All right, he said, you know what? Most High is going to take this and be satisfied with it. All right, and that's not how Yahweh Bashim Yahushua works. All right, he doesn't want your leftovers. He wants everything that you got, and he wants the best. All right, you prepare a table for your parents. All right, if your parents come over to eat, are you going to give your parents if there's steak and hamburgers? All right, the cardboard hamburgers that you get out of a pack. All right, and there's 2 steaks. All right, are you going to give your parents the hamburgers, or are you going to give them the steak? All right, hey, you should give your parents that steak. All right, for the things that they have done for you. All right, the blessings that they have bestowed upon you as being your parents, being able to bring forth life. Okay, because you are their offspring. All right, no different than what we are to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, go ahead. You can read that again. Yeah.
Genesis 4:4. And Abel also brought for the person of his flock and of the fat thereof, and the Lord Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Right, so he brought the best of his flock. Hey, that lamb without blemish. That's not just Yahweh Shai that is the lamb without blemish for the nation of Israel. But when we sacrifice unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, hey, back in the law, it was always what? The firstling of the flock in a lamb without blemish.
That's where that respect came from, was that it was according to the law.
God.
Abel's sacrifice was according to the law. Also proven that the law has always been
God.
Verse 5, it says, but unto Cain, to his offering, he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell.
Right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua was like, I don't want this shit. All right, you give me what you think I should have. It's not acceptable. All right, hey, just as a father gets mad or a mother gets mad when you show them disrespect, that's disrespectful unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you all things, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right, and you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All right, it is you that he cares for. It is you that has to give that acceptable sacrifice, that acceptable offering. What are you offering me? All right? And 2/3 of you niggas don't offer Yahweh Shimi Shai nothing. And that's why you'll die.
They're doing with Chamberlain and offering that bullshit,
Right? You offer what you feel that he should have. Yahweh Shimi Shai requires all of you. Whether he requires your heart, your time, all right? Your heart being your mind. All right? He requires your time, he requires your sacrifice. Everything is required for the Most High and His only begotten Son. It's not a half-ass. You don't go half-ass. You go all in. All right? He's the one that gives it to you. Go ahead. Okay, let you go. Pretty slow.
One second. Genesis 4 and 6 says, and Yahweh said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
Right. So why are you mad? You mad because you gave me a shitty offer. All right. And then you want to be a whiny ass child and pout about it. All right. Slug it. Then pout about it and be upset. Hey, but you being upset about something that's unrighteous is going to lead further to your destruction. And hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai held no punches. All right, he held no punches when he told him, sin lieth at the door. All right, sin lieth at the door. It will make you continue to go off if you're mad about something that is unrighteous. Okay, it's unrighteous. It's like you getting mad about it's you getting mad about you stole somebody and the stuff, then something gets stolen from you. How can you be mad? All right, you unrighteously got gains. All right, and then somebody stole it for you, and now you're upset. That's dumb. All right.
Verse 8 says, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Hey, he had that jealousy. All right, that jealousy. Hey, sin lieth at the door. That jealousy. Hey, he coveted with Cain had. All right, Cain coveted with Abel had. All right, he wanted to have the best sacrifice and be looked at as the worthy one. All right, he had an opportunity, but he took not liberty. All right, he took his liberty to go ahead and say, you know what, this is good enough. It's okay. Hey, he'll be fine with it. No. All right. And then you get the correction for it. You get chastised for it. And then you go and pout once again. Now that you pout, now you're talking to your brother about it. And you get so mad and furious at your brother that you rise up against your brother. All right. As you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds are doing today, rising up against your brother. Hey, that's where that hatred comes from. All right. You hate your brother. You continue to go after your brother till this day.
I'm going to read verse 7 again because it says exactly what Cain is about to do. All right? It says, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. All right, so pretty much, if you do the law, or perform, the law, all right, and abide in righteousness, and Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is going to accept you.
Right.
All right. Says, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. All right, with a sin transgression of the law. All right, so when you're going off, hey, but that just adds more likelihood of you sinning.
Yep.
It says, and unto thee shall be his desire, thou shalt rule over him. Well, what else does I believe it's in Proverbs, that jealousy is the rage of a man. All right, here it is. Cain was jealous of Abel being accepted, Abel's sacrifice being accepted, and Cain's not, and his own not.
Yep.
All right, when it's really his own fault. All right, see, everybody, that this word has gone out, four corners of the ends of the world. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai has made His word accessible and readily available to everybody. So every 2/3, all right, every person of this nation, all right, nation of Israel, Yasharallah had the opportunity, all right, but they forsook it.
Yep.
All right, or they will forsake it if they ain't if they haven't had the opportunity to hear it.
Right.
All right, but it's when from when Kyrie got fringes on and Gates speaking out about it, pretty much everybody, Kendrick Lamar, even though they nobody, in the eyes of Yahweh
Right.
all right, they of this nation, but
Hey,
to the truth, they not among the top men.
hey, it's just like IUIC. All right, IUIC has been plastered, billboard, jets, everything. All right, reality shows, everything. All right.
But are they calling them that true name?
Right.
Are they doing the will of the Lord? They using other things to as a come up, or are they taking a bag? This is a 2 Corinthians 2:15. It says, "For we are unto Yahweh sweet savor of Hamashiach, and them that are saved, and in them that perish." All right, that sweet savor is that sacrifice. All right, because if you go into the law of Leviticus, 3rd chapter, tells you what a burnt offering is supposed to have. Now Abel, abode in that law. All right, where Cain didn't. So when you're not preaching this word correctly, all right, not calling on the true name of Yahweh Shem Sunshine, not saying that the MOTB is that implantable device, okay, not warning the people correctly. Hey, it sends up it's a stench.
Right.
All right. It's a disgusting foul smell to Yahweh Shem Shai.
Right. That sweet savory smell is not there.
Right. But Lord willing, we're doing, is as incense, frankincense and myrrh. All right. With other camps, that are going off doing, they don't repent. All right. They sending that sewer. All right. That trash ass McDonald's, smell when you drive by,
God. Is there one more on that?
No, I can read down. All right, verse but to highlight this, and them that are saved. Okay.
Hey, them that are saved.
And them that are saved, the elect. All right, they're gonna have that sweet savor. They're gonna have this fruit. All right.
Right, because 2/3 of the nation of Israel will perish and die. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, right, and you speckled birds who believe not upon the testimony.
Yeah, I'm gonna read down to the end of the chapter.
Yep.
It says, to the one we are the savor of death unto death. Okay, and what's that? To these 2/3, when they come around and hear the word, it stinks to them. All right, because the Lord put a foul and reprobate spirit on them.
Right, they turn up their nose. All right, that high-mindedness.
They ain't never gonna happen.
Right, not in my lifetime. Maybe my children's children.
They get offended by it.
Right.
All right, but it's not. They don't get offended by us. They know that they get offended by the Most High because we're doing His work.
Right.
We're actually the mouthpiece for the Lord. Lord willing, be those men. So death unto death, and to the other, the savor of life unto life. Which is the elect, those that haven't been blinded. Okay, that the Lord didn't send that angel down and put the deep sleep of slumber on.
Yahweh Shem Shai woke up. All right, because we were all in the valley of the dry bones at one point in time.
Right.
All right, but hey, from Alba Bivens waking up, all right, and the men that are under him, to Apostle Tahar and the men that are under him. All right, entering into that labor and that work of waking brothers up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai.
It says, and who is sufficient for these things? Okay? For we are not as many which corrupt the word of Yahweh. See, it pretty much explains everything that we're going.
Right.
We're not as because what did Bashim Shai say in these last days? There will be many anti-Mashiach, right? Antichrist. All right. Meaning that and anybody who goes against the laws of the Lord is an antichrist. Anybody who stands up against His word is an antichrist. Preaching another doctrine outside of this truth. Okay, outside of
100% truth coming out of GMS. All right, the doctrine, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's doctrine coming out of GMS, starting with Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rama, Apostle Rakah, all right, the elders and the men under them, all right, teaching the same doctrine, all right, hey, accept and rebuke correction if needed, all right, because the apostles are never too proud, hey, to tell a brother when, hey, no, brother, you got that right. Just as they gave Sakari from the gold of Ophir, all right, here in the shores of America, where they got it from, all right. Hey, yeah, hey, right.
Even with this, Michael Brown,
Come on.
say he did right, but should have been calling on his name, his true name.
Come on.
Should have been calling on Christ in that name.
Right. And we understand through the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that, hey, it is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai who ordains all these things. All right, for those that are undesired to be left in the valley of the dry bones. All right, and those who are filthy to remain filthy, and those who are righteous to remain righteous still. Roughly paraphrasing scripture, Revelation.
Latter days, the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has been even more correct because the wickedness is, at its all-time high. Right? We just had this, on TikTok, this false preacher, and he looked like, he sounded like he was a Moses, but he was talking about, the clip had it where he was talking about he needed this Easter celebration different than Moses. Now, the next clip that it had, it showed part of his Easter celebration. It wasn't like, just normal Christian bullshit where they sing and shit. They had like a whole demonic routine going on. They had Eve dressed up in all black, looking like it was a Grammy Award show.
Right.
But on that type of demonic level. And so that's even in the Christianity church.
Right, because all these holidays are nothing but pagan holidays mixed with so-called Christianity. All right, and it's not even Christianity.
Right, Easter actually goes to that Greek
fertility guy.
Well, Ishtar.
Yeah.
All right, that's what it's named after. Who was Ashtaroth. All right, who goes back to Baal's wife.
Yep. Hey,
That's
where you get all the church, all the so-called Christian doctrine did, all right, when it was started, all right, for more members and more followers, hey, to join unto their business, they took paganism and they took Christianity and they put it together, all right, and they continued in those evil sacrifices.
Continuing on in verse 17, it says, but as of Yahweh, but as of sincerity, but as of Yahweh, in the sight of Yahweh, speak we in Mashiach.
Right, we speak in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We speak, hey, the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, and hey, what is the doctrine? The doctrine has to be brought out in its entirety, hey, and correct. All right, you can't say that the MOTB is sin. All right, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. All right, and hey, that's not what the script says. All right, you are teaching an incorrect doctrine. All right, so once again, hey, it goes to be a foul smell in the nostrils of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, it is not a sweet, savory smell. All right, and all you other nations, okay, help continue the affliction of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right, and the speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All you other nations help keep those who are on the bottom down at the bottom. All right, for your own selfish gain. All right, and it has been shown. Yeah. Because you're done with that, right?
Going back on John 8 and 44.
Let's start from the beginning.
John 8 and 44.
The spirit is still right here.
ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye would do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abandoned not in the truth.
All right, he was that murderer as Cain killed Abel. That was the first murder recorded. Okay, go ahead. First murder that happened.
Because there's no truth in him.
All
When
right.
he speaketh of a lie, he speaketh of his own.
He speaketh of a lie. He speaketh of his own. Right? Go ahead. You didn't finish that. I was going to have to pull what he said when Yahweh asked him. Yeah, when he asked him. And here's the lie that was told. All right, he was the father of the lie, the father of the murder. All right.
Genesis 4:8 or 4:9 says, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?"
Here it is. He just rolled on his brother. All right. He just shanked his brother up. Hey, and then the Most High said, "Where's your brother?" He's like, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I supposed to know where he is and where his whereabouts?" Well, yeah, he's your brother. All right, to an extent. All right, but hey, Yahweh Shimi Al Shai, hey, that was a snare and a trap laid for him. Yahweh Shimi Al Shai already knew. Because what does the next verse say? All right, go ahead and read it.
Verse 10 says, "And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of the brother's blood, of thy brother's blood, cried unto me from the ground."
Cried unto me from the ground. All right, so Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai already knew what happened. All right, but yet he asked the question to see what he would do. Yet he gave him another opportunity. All right, there was another opportunity that was there. All right, he said, "Hey, where's your brother?" He could have said, "You know what? I got angry. I rose up against him and I slew him." All right, right. But this devil, being the devil and the liar and the cheater that he is, hey, still that same serpent. Yeah, my bad. All right. I think it's Psalms 58.
Psalm 58:3, "The wicked are estranged from the Lord. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies."
They go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies. All right? And go ahead.
I was saying, Cain's mind, he thought he was going to get up away with it.
Right.
Knowing that he's talking to Yahweh. Right? He sees everything, knows everything.
Right. Hey, we know this isn't, the baby comes out of the womb and then it just starts speaking and said, "Hey, it was a black man, a so-called black man." We're not saying that. All right, but we are saying, hey, that this devil, once this devil gets of age, man, woman, or child, gets enough so-called sense behind them. All right, they know where to place the blame. All right, they are taught to place the blame on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right.
That's it's a trait that their spirit carries.
Right.
All right, being a liar. All right.
Their benefit, right? They understand that their benefit lies in a lie. All right.
Robbers, deceivers, this is devil.
God.
All right. And Satan is adversary.
Yep, adversary. Yep.
Master of life.
God.
So Jacob is that playing just man. We have Esau playing the adversary, the bad guy.
God.
All right. I got
God. And you still holding Genesis? Okay, get Genesis. After you get that, get Genesis, and then we're gonna go into his curse, because his curse is gonna lead back around to everything.
Genesis or 1 John 3 and verse 12. It says, "Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him, because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous." That's the wicked follow after the spirit of Cain.
Right.
Esau, follows after the spirit of Cain, but as we read earlier, the 2/3 of Israel, follow after their same
hey, and that, what is it? What does the law say? What does the law say lucky, in Exodus 20? Banana. Uh, Exodus 20, where I will visit, I will visit you. I will visit those who hate me to the third and fourth generation. Rough paraphrase, right? Matter of fact, just hit directly the blessing or the curse that he got for that in Genesis, and go to Exodus. Yeah, so Holmes 20 and 5, and then go directly to the curse that fell upon Cain.
Genesis 4 and I got to start.
Yeah. I'm
4 and 10, blue right there.
Yeah.
Genesis 4 and 10, it says, and he said, what hast thou done? I read that. What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now thou art cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Hey, so let's go through a couple of these curses. So not yielding the fruit unto the ground. All right, hey, those who are in the land right now, the small hats. All right, hey, they have to have everything shipped. All right, nothing grows over there. Why? One, because they're not those people. All right, and the curse unto them is the curse. Hey, that curse, they till it the ground. All right, so why do they have the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and everybody else working for them? All right, because hey, the curse is upon them. All right, they don't have that green thumb. All right.
Actually, I'll read down. It says, verse 14, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Right, a vagabond in the earth. Hey, what is it? To go about not have a certain dwelling place. All right, not having a something that was allotted unto them. All right, they have to go. They continuously do what? Rape, robbery, murder, and colonize. All right, they want to take over everybody's land because they don't have a land of their own. They have nothing that belongs to them truly. All right, but hey, but their blessings when they come back as Esau Edom. God.
Verse 15 says, and the Lord said unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord, Yahweh, set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So with that mark was that mark of leprosy.
Right. Hey.
That's why it was such a great thinking that what he said back in verse 13, the punishment is greater than I can bear. Being everywhere he going stand out like the sore thumb. And pretty much where he can't be by nobody, because they gonna look to kill him. Right? But knowing that he has that curse on him, hey, even more woe unto you if you touch him.
God, hey, that's why Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai, hey, he gave him a blessing and a curse, a blessing that he's going to survive his curse. All right, a blessing that he will survive his curse that is put on him. He said he couldn't bear it. He would stand out. Everybody would want to do him harm. He said nobody will do you harm. It'll be 7 times greater that I'll do unto them. All right, that's why, hey, when Jake get upset and he go after Esau, what happens? 7 times greater. All right, he don't just go to jail. He goes up under the jail. All right, he continued for a normal 10-year sentence. He got life.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just happened to Jake. He spit it on a police officer, and they gave him like 7 years.
Right.
70.
All right. So how can you do greater what's done? How can you do greater? All right, than what's already allotted for this devil. All right. God.
Romans 13:1 says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for For there is no power but of Yahweh. The power that be ordained of Yahweh. It says, whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of Yahweh. And you know, that power that's set up in play right now is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right. It says, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Right? Right. So when they go about, you know, doing all that extra shit with these cops and everything, they get exactly what they deserve. But when that cop, you know, stands on it and, you know, puts his knee on his neck, you know, and George Floyd's that.
Right.
All right. That's ordained from the Most High. All right. But you reprobate children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua don't see it that way. You think, oh, we still oppressed because, you know, this, that, you know, because, you know, we're so-called black Mexican. All right. Native American. All right, why does it have to be this way? You guys are in that gross darkness.
Right. You're still in that woe it's me spirit.
Right. And then you go praise you know, that 2/3 Israelite, all right, and set up a statue of
monument.
All right, of looking like a reprobate child.
Right.
All right, when clearly, you know, it's an order from Yahweh Shemashai. Hey, we're in captivity, we're in a low state. We got to abide by these powers, you know, unfortunately, until our Savior comes back, you know, Yahweh Shai comes back, you know, to redeem us. All right, and that's the order. We got to live low. Hey, you know, Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, but this is not your rest.
God. And matter of fact, you got Deuteronomy 28 and I want to say 46, 47. Who shall buy thee? Yeah. You could pull that. Go ahead and pull Genesis 5. Exodus.
This is Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down themselves. Thou shalt not bow down themselves to them, nor serve them. For I am Yahweh Hashem Yahushua the power. Start all over. This is Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down themselves. Thou shalt not bow down themselves to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the power, I am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Right, and we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right, the law, statutes, and commandments were given unto the Israelites. But it was this devil, all right, the same devil that is Cain is Esau Edom. That same spirit, right? He has that righteous indignation, the third and fourth generation. All right, he has that blessing and the curse, where that blessing, all right, for Esau Edom was that he would live. All right, that curse was that he would be marked throughout his generations. All right, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai brought this forward. Okay.
Paul says that, you know, those same reprobate Israelites that were out there in the wilderness, you know, they back today. And you know how Elder Yashabamba says, you know, that there's a lot of pre-flood activity going on. I mean that the wickedness is always, you know, in Babylon it's up here. You know, it's on 10.
Are you on 10 yet?
But it's the same thing reoccurring. You know, there's nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, 1 and 10. You know, I got that for you. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right. Go ahead.
And that Egypt is, you know, Egypt just means bondage. Okay, and we know that we were brought into this captivity through ships. All right, starting with the transatlantic slavery. All right, which actually started with the Northern Kingdom. You know, going back to Spain and to going back to Europe. All right, but the Southern Kingdom, you know, the so-called Negro, Latino, the Negro of the West Indies, and the Haitian, you know, being brought this way from the West Africa.
right? And remember that who was in Spain, all right? Hey, even though that they called themselves Moors, they were Israelites, all right? They were in Spain.
Moors were mix of uh, Christian believing so Christian belief Israelites and the Arabs
Yep.
who are
Islam.
Muslim. All right, that's where a lot of our people get caught up in that Muslim Islam. That's one of those stumbling blocks. All right, because they see that position of status that was during the Dark Ages.
Right. Because there's always been sellouts of Israel. All right. There's always been sellouts in Israel. All right. There's always been false prophets in Israel. There's always been those who are willing to deceive their own nation to get the gains of this world. Why? Because John 8:44. All right. It's still that same spirit that they go after.
And it says, continuing on, it says, and there ye shall be sold unto the enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Now, buy, going into the Hebrew, it means redeem. All right, so nobody gonna save you out of this captivity. Not any
Not Martin Luther King,
right.
not Malcolm X,
Marcus Garvey,
not Marcus Garvey.
Huey P. Newton. All right, they had that going back to the Africa movement.
Here, okay.
You still got that go back with Ronald Jones.
God.
All right, like go back to Africa movement. All right, or what's his GOCC?
Yeah.
He was pushing that. But what happens if we're in captivity? We ain't got the money to go back to our homeland.
Hey, you're not even welcome in your homeland.
Africa, the Africans don't even like it.
Right.
Because they know that you're not their people.
Right.
Some people in Africa know that they're Israelites.
Right.
Right. But like the Nigerians, I had a quick testimony. I had a friend, grew up with a friend who's Nigerian. He went back to Nigeria, and they didn't mess with him. They didn't mess with you Americans.
Right.
They had that discord with you. They don't fuck with you.
Right. We just want you for your money and meat.
And the Nigerian is Israelite. Right. Most of them are Israelites.
Because Israel's scattered as the sand of the sea.
Right, all the Nigerian actors, celebrities. Man, you got a list of Nas.
Angela
Bassett. I mean, the list continues. Right, but that shows, hey, what is Israel supposed to be? Or salt of the earth.
Yep.
But yeah, that was it.
This is Exodus 25 and 25. And the first came out red.
No, read up 24. Yeah, go to 23.
This is Exodus 25 and 23. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people should be separated from thy bowels.
All right, 2 nations are in thy womb. All right, so 2 nations. All right, these nations are keystone to understanding the scriptures. All right, this is this is a imperative. All right, that you understand this. All right, 2 nations are in thy womb. All right, here was that. All right, here it is. That Isaac, all right, Isaac, brought seed unto his wife, all right, impregnated his wife, all right. And what did she have? All right, she brought forth children, all right, 2 manner of children, all right. So which today would be considered as it was then, twins, all right. But when these had twins, what are they? 2 nations, all right. Even though that they are twins, they're 2 separate nations. Read that again and go ahead and read down. God, read 22. Yeah. Yeah, start at 22.
It's Exodus 25 and 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it is so, why am I thus?
Yeah, that two manner of children struggled together in her, right? Because these 2 nations.
Right, that's a foreshadowing of this. spiritual battle going on right now.
Got it.
You know, that's the spiritual war. You know, that was stirring up in her womb. All right, between Esau and Jacob. You know, so-called white man and Jacob Israel, Yasharala. You know, so that's that spiritual battle because they always been at odds.
Ever since a conception. All right, in the womb. All right.
She was saying, if this is, what it's supposed to be, ordained by the Most High,
Why does this happen?
why I feel like
Why I'm
why
having
is
all these?
everything going smooth?
Right. Why isn't everything going, hey, according to my plan? Because it's according to Yahweh Shem Yahushai's plan. Okay, go ahead.
And she went to inquire of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. The one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elders shall serve the younger.
Right. 2 nations shall be separated from their vows. All right. The elder shall serve the younger. All right. Fuck it. But those nations, all right, came forth and brought forth. Hey, you had Esau and you had Jacob. All right. Go ahead and jump down to yeah.
Exodus 25 and 25. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
All right. Esau, which means wasted away. All right. Because, hey, he lacked the pigmentation. What was Cain's curse? Leprosy. All right. Difference was this is considered a clean leprosy. All right. This is that curse that had followed the generations to the 3rd and 4th generation. All right. This is where the manner of the nation started becoming different. Okay. Go ahead.
And after that came his brother out, and he held, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Right. So his name was called Jacob. Why wasn't it important that Jacob, hey, that his so-called nationality was pointed out? All right. Because he looked like everybody else who have ever been on the planet Earth.
Melanated.
All right. Melanated. All right. He looked like an Israelite. All right. He had the features of an Israelite. All right.
Right, he had the same features of Abraham.
Right. Of Abraham, Isaac, all right, and Jacob. All right. Jacob had those same features of his fathers.
It was normal because at this time, what did you have? You had Noah. Prior to this, you had that restart.
God. To Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Right, that great restart. After the flood. Which all of the nations come out of, as the brother just said.
Yep. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And we come out of the line of Shem.
The only difference is all the everybody from there was pretty much dark skin.
Yep. And all the way up until the time of what? Hey, this happening where this nation started being pushing forward. All right, the Esau Edom's nation started being pushing forward, and then when I'm just me speaking as a man. Of course, I don't remember. Hey, but in that time, we remember through the scriptures, right? Hey, it brings remembrance, all right? But hey, that nation started flourishing and being pushed forward. Why? Because as Esau brought up seed, I'm sure his seed had that curse, all right? That curse that was laid upon it. Because how many more are them of them are there today, all right? That show forth that curse. Okay.
Very light skin. Very light and up.
Right. All right. Hey, have that curse of clean leprosy. All right. That was given unto them. All right. Go ahead and drop down to the blessing where Esau. And these are the things that set place in the Bible for the hatred that Esau Edom shows. Hey, Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. This is the hatred that the white man, woman, and child has for you. Okay, and it is due to this situation. All right. Yeah, Esau's blessing. No, go to the account where he sold his birthright.
Verse 31. This is Genesis 25. I'm going to start at 30 when you get the powder, or just go straight into it.
Start at 35.
Second Ezra 25 and 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. It's Genesis 25 and 29. And Jacob saw powder, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said unto Jacob, Feed me, and I pray thee, with that some red powder, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Right. He said, feed me, I'm faint, with that red pottage. All right. The equivalent of lentil soup today. All right. Hey, this is what Esau Edom wanted from Jacob. All right. Here it is. He had caught nothing all day or anything like that. All right. He was a man of the field. He went out, tried to get something to eat. He didn't find it. All right. So he can cause the hunger pains to cease in his belly. Go ahead.
And Esau said unto Jacob, 31. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thou birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he swore unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
Right. So, hey, here it is. This devil had no respect from the get-go from a blessing that was already given to him by being the eldest son. All right. This devil was willing to give it all up just for a moment of pleasure. All right. As many Jakes do today for that moment of pleasure. Hey, from seeing that bad chick out on the corner and you ain't wrapping it up. Now you got the itchies or whatever it is, or you got bumps. You got that now. Now you got that sickness. All right, you got a whole bunch. Yeah, that magic Johnson. Right?
I was laughing, but then my body starts to.
All right, hey, so now that you got all that, hey, how about you gave up that moment, that one moment. All right, you gave everything up in that for your blessing for that one moment, just that 1 second. It happened that fast. All right, just like a woman got impregnated that fast.
I think that's probably Magic Johnson's curse too, because how many different women he was sleeping with. Another one like Will Chamberlain. He didn't get it, but saying that could have been a curse from the Most High, saying that down to plague his ass because he probably was sleeping with whoever's
wives or whatever. God. Hey, it showed if you ever watched the Magic Johnson story, even though he had dealt with the woman before, she had already moved on, and here it is. This dude is over here, antagonizing this woman, giving her gifts and everything, and making her go off. So he got what he deserved.
So every judgment from the Lord is righteous. All right. The Most High isn't unrighteous. It says he's righteous in all his places.
God. Call log you out about sitting outside about all right. Hey, okay, let's jump to Esau Edom's blessing. And yeah.
This is Genesis 27, starting at 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but me blessing my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his hands and wept.
Right. Hey, Esau was crying like a little bitch. All right. Esau Edom was crying like a little bitch, which is really like their whole nation, as they do today. Cry about every fucking thing. All right. Here it is. You got the fatness of the earth, but you want to cry about everything. All right. You cry about even unjust laws that are put forward for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right, you cried about affirmative action, even though affirmative action helps you out as well. Okay, you cry about every fucking thing.
Right, that's why a lot of those y'all feel so oppressed. You know, in your queendom.
Right.
You know, that's where all these MASS shooting activities happen.
Right.
You know, not at the gun range. You know, at schools and banks. You know, I've seen recently in the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Right. They starting that shit back up again. But you know what? Yeah, the last one was, you know, Funny People Committee, and y'all don't get the same treatment. You know, and you know, redacted. They made a good point on this. Y'all don't get the same treatment to that dude that did the Buffalo, the one in Buffalo, right? Y'all more concerned about how the person that you know shot up the place felt,
Right.
and how they're because this Queen of you know pushes and you know they go towards whatever these funny people feel, you know.
Hey.
So what do they have? I think they did it today in Washington. It's called you know T Day of Vengeance. You know, and we'll leave it at that. If you know what we're talking about, Transformer Day of Vengeance. All right, and that's been something that's been getting censored on you know on
all platforms
because it has that day of vengeance. Well, you know what? Yahweh Shemi Al Shai has a day of vengeance planned for your ass, right? But here it is that these funny people they can have this day of vengeance and not get cited in anything right after a mass shooting.
Right.
You know.
Hey, just like
unjust.
Just like
that's like Amos. I'll grab that real quick.
It's just like this that community is starting to say what we watched that documentary where the community you know the guy said the Shim said hey I felt like I was duped. I felt like I was lied to. All right, and then now they're pushing this thing on the younger generation. All right, and it was crying for. I don't know. Shim was crying. Hey, because the confusion that they're pushing. Right. Right. And he said. She said. Shim said. Somebody said. All right. That hey, I feel bad for the generation because I made my choice, but this is being pushed on them. All right. I don't. Yeah. I don't agree with going to the schools. Them going to the schools. I don't agree with them having shows. All right. Right.
You know, this is the oppression that they cause themselves.
Right.
And by their own hands, their own ones. This is Amos 5 and 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. We leave that there. Leave that there for right now. You know, but there's a lot of suspect activity going on. I did a lesson earlier this week, and I was just working with everything that's going on. Hey, these devils have flipped this world upside down. All right, put good for evil, bad for good. You know, unrighteousness for righteousness, applauding the wicked. You know, condemning the righteous.
Right.
You know, and it's about time. You know, how about you? I thought it was gonna stand up. Destroy this place for all that wicked ass activity. All right, through thermonuclear fire, in World War III. All right, then Russians gonna send missiles, which really all those missiles that they got, them is the Lord's missiles, man.
Right, Lord's weapon.
All right, and it's funny that they call it Satan too, right? Because Satan is the angel of the house. Right. All right, he does the will of your house.
Matter of fact, back that up. Go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and read the 25.
It's Genesis 27, 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. And by the
Go ahead.
And by the sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou should have dominion, that they shall break his yoke from off thy neck.
Right. Hey, and for a time period it was. All right. Time period. Hey, Esau, Edom. Hey, continued. All right. Was in a control as they are now. All right. This is not the first time that they have been in control in this captivity. All right. This is just the final captivity. All right. That Yahweh Shem Shai has given them control. All right. This is that season they were loose but a little while. Okay. That this devil, right, has the blessing of the sword. All right. The sword being what? Hey, the modern day sword is what? The gun. All right. It could be an actual physical sword or whatever, so forth. All right. But it has the blessing of the fatness of the earth, colonize the whole world. All right. Through all the atrocities they have committed unto you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Seminole Indians. All right. And you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All right. This is what this devil, his blessing was. All right. Matter of fact, can somebody give me Revelation 13 and 10?
You got the other one. No, I was gonna, first I was gonna walk down.
Sorry, yeah.
It was just,
It's all right.
it just hit me.
It's all good. Revelation 13 and 10, it says, He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is patience and faith of the saints.
Right. He who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. All right. You devils who have put the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, all right, and the speckled birds in captivity, along with you other fucking nations. All right. It doesn't matter who you belong to outside of the nation of Israel. It doesn't matter if you're Ethiopian. It doesn't matter if you're African. It doesn't matter if you're Asian. All right. It doesn't matter what you are. All right. You have forced the affliction of the children of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Seminole Indians, and you will pay for it. All right, through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, no man up here or no man who's teaching the truth of Yahweh Shem Shai is going to do anything to you. All right, it is Yahweh Shem Shai who will do it to you. All right, it was His will that will be pushed forward. All right, it is His righteous indignation. All right, that you will go into captivity. All right, you will receive the same things as you have put on the nation of Israel. Okay?
And that's because you came joining hand with the enemy.
Right.
He was a little displeased with you, but you did the same thing that the enemy did.
Con.
You did
He touched the apple of his eye.
So you must get it as well.
Isaiah 13 and verse 15. It reads, Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
All right. Hey, those are you who are in one accord. Get 83 for me. Those are you who are one accord, following after this devil. Yeah, Psalms 83. Those are you who are found with this devil. Continue after this devil and his ways. Those are you who are confederate against the nation of Israel, are going into captivity and slavery. All right? Does not matter. All right? It does not matter what other nation you are. You have to answer for the atrocities that you have done unto Yahweh Shem Shai's people. All right? Just as, when in the Atlantic slave trade, the Hamite nations did what? They continue, here they are. Set them forward. All right, push that slavery so that the Israelites would go into slavery. Obviously, you didn't get all of them, all right, because Yahweh Shem Shai is a man of war. All right, and a man of war is what? Strategic, has strategy. All right, that's why Israel spread as the sand of the sea. All right, everybody has to answer for everything that they did and are doing and have done. All right, even the nation of Israel.
This is Joel 3 in verse 3. It says, so I'm going to start at 2. It says, I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Yahweh Shappai and plead with them for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what ye have to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
God,
Will ye,
just go ahead.
will ye render me a recompense? If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, for everything Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, he showed justice. All right, he shows justice, and he gave you that eye for an eye. All right, the things that you did unto the nation of Israel and continue to do are the things that you're going to receive back. All right, doesn't matter who you are or whose you are. All right,
Bullshit y'all was doing good.
right. It doesn't matter. Hey, if you're not of the nation of Israel, if you're so-called white man, so-called Chinese man, so-called African, so-called Hindu man, it doesn't matter. Hey, you got captivity and slavery coming to you. All right, through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right, as the Bible says, the patience and the faith of the saints.
Right, the saints are the Israelites. You know, get that in Psalms 148.
God. Go start. Yeah, go forward. I think it's forward.
Psalms 83 and 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance."
Right. Come and cut them off and let the nation of Israel. All right. Let that name be no more in remembrance. Let the world not remember, hey, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has a particular peculiar treasure. All right, which is the nation of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Seminole Indians. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hey, has a people, and that people that he gave, hey, the law, statutes, and commandments are his people, the Israelites. All right, starting from you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds, you are the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. Yeah, go. Go ahead. Grab. Go ahead.
Continuing, for they have counseled together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent. They were on one accord. They were in agreement. All right. They were in agreement of taking out the nation of Israel so that they would not be remembered. All right. So that there would not be any blessing unto the nation of Israel. So all these nations can get up over the nation of Israel. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. All right. And the speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All right. Continuing to keep us down. Want us to be on the bottom. All right. Even though when Israel is in rule, it's always been beneficial to these other nations. All right. It's always been a righteous rulership. All right. But hey, now you got to go into that captivity and you'll find out yet again. All right. After 1,000 years. Go ahead. God.
When the righteous are in rule, people rejoice.
God. Matter of fact, can you go ahead and grab that? Yeah, that was it on that. Yeah.
This is Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear ruler, the people mourn.
When the righteous are in rule. All right, who are those that only can be righteous? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you Seminole Indians. And the speckled bird whose father's line goes back. All right, you might look like the other nations, but if your father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or Seminole Indian, you are of the children of Israel. All right, and a blessing belongeth unto you. But 2/3 will die for not hearkening unto the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Tell the wicked in the rule now because hey, everybody is damn near everybody's depressed.
Right.
All right, there's the whole, the earth is in mourning.
Right, uproars of the people.
People ain't, they feeling bad right about now. That little time period, right around C119, 119, where you had a little bit more money in your pocket, because you wasn't doing as much, you had a little bit of time to stack up. Hey, that's well and far away now. You got inflation at the highest it's ever been for groceries. I think it's 17%. Inflation in cars is outrageously priced. All right, going over 12 to $5,000 to $12,000 above market
Right.
market value.
Right.
All right, MSRP.
Hey, what did what did Trump say? I think it was last week that he tweeted. Trump tweeted, he was like, this is basically BS what's happening to me, but there's a tough time. All right. Hey, they've been telling you for 3 years that there's a tough time coming. All right. How long does that tough time have to keep on being said for it to come? All right. Hey, though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely shall come. All right.
It's all going to end with the MOTP, all right, which we're seeing the Fed now system, being put in place. Hey, and let's see what happens in July.
Right. Hey, here it is. You're comfortable. You people are so comfortable with the government having all control over your aspect of your life.
Hey, now
You're at ease.
You might have the money, but they ain't gonna let you spend.
Right. Hey, I think I'm gonna get a new car. Government can turn around and say, nah, no, you're not. I think I want to get, I want to stock my pantry with groceries. Nah, you only need $300 worth, so choose wisely.
Food is damn near,
Yeah.
Probably gonna have like 3 bags of the price of food
Right. And inflation is going to continue to skyrocket. All right. Hey, know that we are at the end. All right. This is the end of this system, the end of this age. All right. Babylon is falling. All right. This devil is about to come down having great wrath on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, but you other nations as well. All right. Nobody escapes the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Revelation 13 and 15 says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That image of the beast should both speak and call that as many as do not worship the image of the beast should be killed. That goes for everything.
Right. Hey, if you choose not to bow down to the system, no matter what nation you are, even though we don't care about the other nation, it is only about the nation of Israel and the elect. All right, the elect, starting with the 144,000 elect men and the multitude of the 1/3 of the men, women, and children of the nation of Israel that we are out here for. All right, but we will, pass judgment and cast judgment to you other nations as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has commanded us to. All right, it is you other nations, it is you, Israel, and you other nations as well will have to go through this. All right, everybody will have to face that hour of temptation. All right, but only the nation of Israel, 1/3 of the nation of Israel is going to be saved. All right, if you're on the shores in the land of America, all right, when World War III starts and hits, guess what? You're going to die in this bitch. All right, you're going to die in this bitch if you're not of the elect, if you're not of the nation of Israel, if you're not of the 144,000 elect men and the multitude of the 1/3, men, women, and children. All right, you're going to die. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel will perish and die.
Verse 16 says, and he caused the door, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a thing in their right hand or in their forehead.
All right, so whether it's Neuralink, all right, receive it in your forehead behind your skull. All right, the top Synchron, all right, or Wally Mart, all right, or whether it's a multitude of these other AI brand thing that you have.
Fourth industrial revolution, company comes out.
Right.
Because they're gonna have a
digital tattoo.
What's that one? Starts with a T. The main ones out in Taiwan.
Toshiba.
Toshiba. They like
I think it's Toshiba or Techron. Tycon. Something like that. Nevertheless, but they forgot. They also forgot. You forgot about the CHIP stations that they had during COVID-19. All right, the plants that they were putting up, for the CHIP. All right, to receive the icky vicky. All right, and the little vials that they made that had the CHIP on it. All right, hey, those were made. The processing plants were made for what? All right, so this devil could push this out massively. Okay, so it could be done at a moment's notice. All right, Project Warp Speed. All right, that Trump signed it. All right, Warp Speed. Okay, to advance faster. Okay, and this is all that's happening. All right, because we know it takes time for at least it's lucky. It took time back then took 4 years before the other president, whatever he set forward to come in play. But being the Project Warp Speed, all these orders are being sped up. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said he would shorten the days for the very elect's sake. All right, Matthew 24 and 24. All right.
It's TSMC.
TSMC, yeah. That's what I was thinking of. You know, but like these other brands, you know, they gonna have different brands for this, man. You already know. Yeah, they could have a Nike or a Gucci.
Yeah. You get 30% discount if you get this particular one. All right.
So we don't know how they gonna have.
You get two pair of free Jordans if you receive the Jordan.
All right, that's gonna be their incentives.
Right.
We know that's how they working too. With incentives.
Hey, that's why all these you're starting to see. Hey, there's talk about reparations and everything. Hey, come forward. All right. All this is going to be tied in.
That's how they're gonna get you. That's how California speaking as a man, but that's how California, you know, how much they 5 million. That's probably the way that they're gonna get you, Jake.
Hey, remember.
Shares, man.
Hey, remember how Dave Chappelle showed you what he said, reparations 2023 in the Dave Chappelle show?
And that was in the early 2000s, right?
Early 2000s. He said, hey, reparations 2023, right? Hey, and then what do you have? The stock of Cadillac went up. The stock of Cools went up.
Right.
All right.
Hey, y'all, if Esau give Jake reparations, it's only gonna fund their pocket.
Right. It's only
all
the
that
line
money gonna be gone.
Hey, it's only the line the pockets of the elite, right? For this C hip, all right, to go out. All right, because Jake, hey, you give them enough, they're gonna spend more. What's that gonna do? It's gonna continue to inflate the economy. Right? You inflate the economy, and then your perfect point where you want to switch over. This is just me speaking as a man. All right. Hey, now you have so-called backing. All right. Hey, this devil is craftier and wiser than Daniel. All right. That boy good. That boy good. All right. But he was made in perfect wickedness. All right.
I got something real quick. It says Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. You know, so what you know, these devils, you know, with their incentives, man, that's, you know, pretty much what's gonna destroy you.
Yeah.
You know, if you fall for that trap, the elect, you know, we know the elect ain't gonna be deceived.
God,
you know, to the will and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, but that's how these devils move. And they're gonna try to, hey, they that roaring lion seeking to devour, you know.
God.
You know, they you know, setting those snares, man. So you better be prepared for it. God, you know, when that time comes, you know, and how do you do that? Through the scriptures.
Right.
All right, through belief and faith in Yahweh Shem Shai.
Wisdom and knowledge.
God.
Got it.
No, I got it.
All right.
It was Amos 11.
Yeah. Got that right.
It's Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but for hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right. Hey, the famine of the word is coming. All right. You're not only going to be hungry, you're not only going to be thirsty. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to take away the real water. All right. Hey, the everlasting living water. All right. You're not going to be able to get this first. All right. So when the rest of the people wake up, all right, at that end, all right, where the doors of mercy are now shut, when everybody's starting to realize, looking for brothers out on the highways and byways, looking at brothers trying to find brothers' videos, it's not going to be found. All right, there's going to be a famine. All right, there's going to be a thirst. There's going to be a need and a want for the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you're not going to get it because you turned away your hand.
You went right into the word when it was out there for you.
All right, when it was readily available to you, you cared not. All right.
Change your nose up. Continue. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and shall not find it.
Right. The scriptures tell you the word will not be found in that day. All right. Only select few, because we know, there some will be saved at the final trump.
Right.
All right. but to select you to believe upon the testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and those select few. It's not, it's just me speaking as a man. Not a brother going to be there prophesying to him, and then, he's going to believe at that moment. No, he's going to see Yahweh Bashem Yahushai crack the clouds. All right, you're going to see those chariots and everything. He's going to remember, he's going to remember, his first estate. All right, he's going to remember that, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is Lord of all. The power of Israel is real.
I just imagine, like, just waking up, like, last moment, probably just shit ton of emotions.
Right, just collapse.
All
right.
Be in the middle of a heart attack.
Right.
Coming in. I just said,
The man, there are men who give up the ghost. That heart attack might give up the ghost so he can enter the chariot at that moment just to come down.
All right. I was going to go down, but it's, definitely going to be, overwhelming and but joyous at the same time.
God. All right. Hey, it is the power of the nation of Israel, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. And it's only you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians and you speckled birds who have the opportunity at salvation. All right. And it's only the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. 2/3 will perish and die for the disbelief. All right. That's all I got. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and face the east. We're going to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth, the 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and the bias should double down the house of David. Till next time we say Shalom, one above, Kwame Yasharah.